Many people imagine that ancient humans were giant, rugged survivors who spent every day hunting animals, climbing mountains, and living close to nature. It sounds logical to assume that such a demanding lifestyle would have made them much taller and stronger than people today. After all, they exercised constantly, ate natural foods, and didn't spend hours sitting in front of screens. But surprisingly, most ancient humans were actually shorter than the average person alive today. To understand why, we need to look at what really determines human height. Height is influenced by two major factors: genetics and nutrition. While ancient humans had the genetic potential to grow to respectable heights, reaching that potential required a steady supply of calories, protein, vitamins, and minerals throughout childhood and adolescence. This is where life in the wild became a major challenge. Unlike modern societies, ancient humans could not simply visit a grocery store whenever they were hungry. Food availability changed with the seasons. A successful hunt might provide plenty of meat for a short time, but days or even weeks could pass without another large catch. Droughts, harsh winters, diseases, and environmental changes often reduced food supplies. As a result, many children experienced periods of undernutrition while growing up, limiting their final adult height. Life in the wild also demanded enormous amounts of energy. Ancient humans walked long distances, carried heavy loads, built shelters, gathered resources, and constantly searched for food. Calories they consumed were often used simply to survive rather than to support maximum growth. Growing taller requires extra energy, and when food is scarce, the body prioritizes staying alive over becoming larger. Disease was another important factor. Long before modern medicine, antibiotics, and sanitation systems, infections were common. Even illnesses that seem minor today could interfere with growth in childhood. Parasites, contaminated water, and recurring infections forced the body to devote resources to fighting disease instead of building bone and muscle. Interestingly, being extremely tall wasn't always an advantage. Taller bodies require more food to maintain and need more energy every day. In environments where food shortages were common, a slightly smaller body could actually be more efficient. Natural selection often favored traits that helped people survive difficult conditions rather than traits that simply made them larger. The biggest change came much later. Over the last few centuries, improvements in agriculture, food storage, medicine, sanitation, and public health dramatically increased childhood nutrition and reduced disease. As a result, people in many parts of the world began growing taller than their ancestors. In some countries, average height has increased by several inches in only a few generations. In fact, many modern people are taller than kings, warriors, and hunters who lived thousands of years ago. Modern nutrition allows children to reach more of their genetic potential, and without enough food, even strong genetics cannot work miracles. Living in the wild was incredibly difficult. Ancient humans were tough, but they were not superhuman. They survived one of the hardest lifestyles imaginable, and that alone was extraordinary.